Coming to you with a weird video. I'm going to go through some tweets that I retweeted. Look at this. First, we find out it's just the weird, unfortunate events. First, we find out that Teron Armstead, our best offensive tackle, I think, in my opinion, is out with COVID. It sucks. I hope he feels better, even though he said there's nothing wrong with him, as you can see. Then, all three Broncos don't wear a mask, and they can't play tomorrow. Well, okay, no forfeit. Why is there no forfeit? Well, because if they forfeit, then the NFL will have a fight on their hands against the NFLPA because that means no game checks. Okay, so there you go. They're not wearing a mask, close contact, whatever. I don't know all the NFL's protocol, but there you go. Okay, 72-hour span. It says 4 quarterbacks, so I don't know. All right, Saints landed, 6:20 Eastern. All that stuff went to the hotel. And here's the beauty part. All the betting for the Saints and Broncos were taken off the books. Yeah, because Vegas knows. See, Vegas is a bunch of crap anyway because the Saints were going to whoop the shit out of the Broncos anyway. So this is just a definite. So they know. They know. So if y'all had bets on the game, hopefully DraftKings or the other ones still keep it up, but I doubt it because, they may have brains. I don't know. Now we got a former Wake quarterback who is a wide receiver and a running back could take snaps. So it's not all bad, but it just gets, I don't know, There you go. Royce Freeman and Kendall Hinton will likely take snaps for the Broncos at quarterback on Sunday. Last time this happened was in 1965, Tom Matte. I already knew this because Johnny Unitas got injured. He actually started a playoff game. Regular season and a playoff game. You can look up the stats. Now this, right here, saying that Kendall Hinton threw a touchdown pass before Hill. Let me tell you something. Hill actually threw a touchdown pass last week and was called back. So right there, that's bullshit. It just doesn't officially count. And then here's my last point. NFL will not call off Broncos games due to personal issues. Their lack of QBs will require them to play running backs, wide receivers, adapt as necessary. Teams run out of position in games and, NFL checks. I find this really weird because the NFL hates the Saints. They always have. They've always hated the Saints. They accommodated the Patriots game when the Patriots played, the Chiefs or the Texans. They accommodated that game. They switch around the Ravens games, but the NFL has really been screwing the Steelers around. They took their Thanksgiving Day away because of the Ravens. Another team against the Steelers, the Titans, had to move that game. So I don't know. Maybe this is the NFL's way of saying, hey, you know what? We're going to move on to another team. We've been screwing the Saints for 10 plus years. It's time to go screw another team. But, they still haven't ruled on that whole breaking COVID protocol from a few weeks ago when they penalized the Raiders $2 million and a 6th round draft pick. So you wait. The NFL will screw us there. May not be now, but, but yeah, they're not going to forfeit. They will not forfeit the game. So, best case scenario, Saints whoop ass. And, they were going to whoop ass to begin with. That's no big surprise. In my opinion, it's not really a big surprise. So, basically, what we're going to have here is a quarterback, which was a running back, and a running back, we got Trevor Siemian. So that was their quarterback last year, the year before. Maybe even this year. I don't even remember. So Denver's pretty much going to run the Wildcat damn near every play. They're going to try to out-Taysom. Some people on Twitter is actually saying Taysom should play for both teams, all-time quarterback. That'd be hilarious. Remember when you were a kid and you played, okay, all-time quarterback, and one person played QB for both teams? Yeah, that's real freaking hilarious right there. So yeah, and I don't even know. They said the game's going to be played. There's no more bye weeks, so they can't push the game back. They can extend it a week, but I don't see the NFL doing that because they're not going to want to. They're seriously not going to want to cancel games because if they cancel games, this shit happens. And when you start taking away players' checks, then the players get pissed, and that's why we get a players' strike. So, personally, I think they should just push the game back. But if you think of it like this, a competitive fairness, well, life's not fair, okay? What happens if we had 5 or 6 players that had food poisoning and their team was 100%? We'd still have to play the game, right? It's the quarterback's fault for not wearing a goddamn mask, So we shouldn't have to get penalized for that. So, and of course, let's say Taysom comes out and throws 12 touchdowns. Obviously, it's not going to happen, because this is the offense we're talking about. The Broncos' defense is still pretty decent. I think Von Miller's still there. So, I mean, it is what it is. But in the long run, do I feel bad or sorry if the Saints whoop the shit out of the Broncos? Hell no. I mean, maybe John Elway, if he knew how to run a goddamn team, maybe John Elway will come out of goddamn retirement. I'd love Cam Jordan to sack the shit out of John Elway 23 times. That would be fucking awesome. Most some teams have emergency quarterbacks as far as for this year quarantine. I know the Eagles have McCown, 41 or 40-year-old McCown, Josh McCown, and he's been quarantined all year in case the Eagles get in that situation. So maybe it's not absurd to have, all these. I mean, that's why Tommy Stevens was a quarterback, wide receiver, and the Panthers signed him. It's not really absurd right now to have 27 quarterbacks. The NFL needs to relax the roster rules. Instead of 53 or 55, in a situation like this, the NFL should say, look, just like college, put 100 players on your team. Screw it. Suit up, have them in a hotel, have 20 people in a hotel in case you need them. Bring them to the stadium and let them play, or have them in the locker room and say, all right, this designated people, 15 people, they're going to play only if we have no other option. Hell, the old timers ought to come out of retirement. Oops. The old school ought to come out of retirement and say, hey, I'm going to play. So I saw a thing where Sterling Sharp somebody said he ought to come out of retirement, but that's a tight end. It's not a damn quarterback. I mean, who knows? But the Saints defense is playing so goddamn good lately. I don't think it really matters because Drew Lock's not the best quarterback in the world. He's still learning. He's still got a learning curve. So the Saints were going to win anyway. I don't see the Saints losing. Of course, people in Denver, one of the players is already on Twitter complaining, we shouldn't play the game, cancel the game, we don't have a quarterback. Well, that's y'all's fucking fault. Wear a goddamn mask, practice your social fucking distancing, like everyone else is, or most of the people are, and, hopefully in another couple of months, we'll get this vaccine. They're holding it until a certain individual jumps in. I don't really want to talk politics on this channel. That's for my other channel. But yeah. So you're just gonna have to fight it tooth and nail. And Denver's not even in the playoff race anyway. Denver's what, 4-6? They're not in the goddamn playoff race, so who cares with that? They might even have a lower record than that. I didn't even look their record up, and I don't really even give a shit about their record. Point is, they got 4 quarterbacks. All 4 of them can't play. Well, guess what? You should have had a 5th and a 6th and a 7th quarter, even if they could have had 23 quarterbacks. It just goes to show that former players do not make good executives. Matt Millen didn't make a good executive with the Lions. John Elway doesn't make a good executive with the Broncos. Thank God we don't have players running the Saints organization. Thank you, Jesus. Former players don't do good running organizations. They never have. They never will. I'm sure you can go back and make some exceptions, but, it's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. That's my rant. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow with the Who Dat victory video. Who Dat? Go Saints. Who Dat?